Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television.
We have reached the quarterfinal round of the CIF-Sac-Joaquin section Les Schwab Tires basketball playoffs. And this evening on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week, we have a doozy of a boys Division I matchup. As you see there, the Capital Christian Cougars tonight, the third seed, playing host to the invading Franklin Wildcats, seed number 6. Good evening and welcome to the Cougars Den on the campus of Capital Christian High School with the coach, Lauren Goodman. I'm Will James. We welcome you aboard, and we have tonight for you served up as the entree another major D1 matchup. And I'll tell you, this Division I bracket, which we'll see shortly, is the most murderous that most of the coaches in the area have seen in years.
It has lived up to all the hype, and the power punches in every blow, leading by the two leagues, has been amazing. And this is going to be another matchup that's going to live up to the hype.
Okay, in opening round action, both teams, of course, emerged victorious based on their presence here tonight. And quite frankly, they were anticipated to be one-sided, and that they were, Lauren.
They set the tone for sure. They led the way in both games. You see Franklin winning easily, and as well as Capital Christian taking the victory over Vacaville. So both teams came in comfortably in tonight's matchup.
Estacio paced Franklin with 21 points in their big win, and Barros and Chappelle 20 points each to fuel that major win by Capital Christian. Well, the impact players are going to have their say tonight, as they always do, one way or another. And tonight, both head coaches hope that their set of impact players can come through. And now here's how the bracket shakes out after that first round opening decisions. And you can see there, it's down to 8 now. And how ironic that the majority of these quarterfinal survivors are from just a couple of different conferences.
These two conferences are showing the power as they're both leading the way 3 apiece. So they're showing the magnitude in these two leagues.
The Delta League showing off Sheldon and Franklin and Jesuit, while the Sierra Foothill, Modesto Christian and Oak Ridge and Wood Creek, 6 out of 8, commanded by 2 different conferences. So the impact players are going to carry the rock tonight for their head coaches and have to do it on the hardwood. And for visiting head coach Ken Manfredi and the Franklin Wildcats, they're going to rely on the wily Wildcats to carry the load.
Ignacio is the big power scorer and coming in with that last 20 points last outing. Valdry and Ignawe are going to step it up in the inside presence. So they have some powerful punches with their heavy veteran leadership.
With Yahweh at 6'8", a height advantage certainly on the inside for Franklin High, and it was Valdry and Estacio both being voted on the all-conference team, all-Delta League team in the last meeting. Now for head coach Woolman, he's got a terrific crew here. The Clutch Cougars, they've been battle-tested. They've had big-time tournaments, big-time competition, and the Clutch Cougars are on the spot tonight.
Chappelle leading the way for the Cougars with their power punch scoring, and that's not no makeup with Clark, and as well as Burrios leading the way for the Cougars, and Burrios and Chappelle putting a tandem together in that last matchup for 40 points.
Both Barros and Chappelle, 20 points apiece in that big victory, and we'll show you a little bit later how impacting Chappelle has been in his 4 years as a varsity standout here at Capital Christian. With that in mind, don't wander off. When we come back from this short break, we'll join Rick Stewart, and he's got another look at tonight's big matchup. Stay with us.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul,
Estimated time, 47 hours.
they will beg,
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
they will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls, second.
Are you orange?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome to the show. Nice to have you along for the ride tonight on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. We're here at Capital Christian High School tonight for boys Division I quarterfinal round action. Let's check in now with Rick Stewart.
Thanks, Will. Thanks, Lauren. It's great to be here tonight for playoff action. We've got two really good coaches, one with least experience, one with more experience. First, let's talk about Franklin and their head coach, Ken Manfredi. Now, this is the third year at Franklin, but his 13th overall. Now, his record is 44-40 at Franklin. He's got two 20-win seasons the last 2 years. It's the seventh postseason appearance for Franklin, and they have a 3-6 playoff record. Now, his record overall is 179-80 for Coach Ken Manfredi. You can see him there on the bench for Franklin High. Now, for Capital Christian, we've got a youngster on the scene, head coaching, McCall Woolman. It's his first year, his career record 21-7. Funny enough, 120-win season, that's this year. First postseason appearance, 1-0 in a playoff record. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a nice quick little break here, and we're going to, talking about coaching counterparts, we've got Phil Oates here, venerable coach from Capital Christian. Venerable, how's that?
Welcome. That's a good word. Yeah, good word.
What do you see tonight from these two teams? First off, let's talk about defense on both sides. First for Franklin.
Well, I think this game will be won by the team that forces the most turnovers.
Okay.
You force the turnovers, you get more shots.
Okay.
And both of these teams can score. So I think that's where the defense will start, and at the turnover end. And Capital just played outstanding against Vacaville. For full disclosure, I coached with Kenny's dad, Al Manfredi. Known Kenny when he was just a toddler. Mm-hmm. Proud of him as a player and even as one of the great coaches in this town. So I know that also Franklin's going to put that same pressure on and try to run.
Okay, as we look at the offensive side, it's a flip side of the defensive coin. What do you see from both these two teams offensively?
Well, I don't think you're going to see a lot of set-up offense. I think you're going to see a lot of, put pressure on the ball, get out and run. Pressure ball, get out and run. And what you've got to make sure is that your team doesn't give up a consistent 8-0, 10-0 run.
Right.
Because these teams are balanced enough that one bad run, one 8-10 point run, may be difficult to come back from.
Okay. Now, if you had to pick a sleeper from each team, first for Franklin, who's going to step up tonight that maybe people aren't really looking at?
Well, the point guard that shoots from I don't remember his name, but from the free throw line and runs the whole thing.
Okay. All right.
Obviously, he's going to be the guy you want to look to.
Okay.
And I think games like this, you look at the mature leadership.
Okay.
And Zach Chappelle is one of the finest young men I've ever met. He's a better person he is a basketball player, and he's a wonderful basketball player. And I think Chappelle will be the one to watch, and if Capital's to win, he'll be the one to lead him to victory.
But Chappelle's had a real good year. He wouldn't really be a surprise to some people.
All right, so you want a surprise. All right, I'm going to give you a real deep surprise.
Okay.
Ish, the little point guard.
Okay, all right.
Because with Trey being out, somebody's going to step up and get those minutes. And this is a little sophomore, he's about my size, but he is fearless.
Okay.
So that'll be my pick for you.
Okay, it'll be. Now, in a quick conversation with Coach earlier, he said that Trey Jones was cleared today medically, but he's not really wanting to play him if he doesn't have to.
No, you don't. I mean, just like at the pro level, you need to take the health of these kids and players into consideration. And yeah, this is an important game, but you don't want to risk a major injury that way.
Outstanding, Coach. All righty, great look at this game tonight from Coach Phil Oates from Capital Christian. Many playoff appearances. Back up to you, Will, Lauren.
All right, thank you very much. You heard it. And now we have to see it out on the court. But let's first examine the key points in tonight's contest, and that would be Goodman's game at a glance.
Transition defense is going to be important. The Cougars like to get out fast and push the tempo, so they're going to have to be able to stop the ball in transition to stop those breaks. Going into it, they're going to have to play smart. Kim Manfredi spoke about his team being very smart and playing together. They're going to have to be under control in this hectic Cougar den and maintain their focus. The team that is the most disciplined is going to win, and Franklin is pushing towards that, so they need to maintain their focus and keep consistent discipline.
And, of course, on the other side of the ledger, first-year head coach McCall Woolman has his concerns.
They need to push the tempo, Will. Pushing the tempo allows them to use their athleticism and score in the free floor. So they need to push it and get out early. And capitalize in transition opportunities, understanding they have a mismatch. They're playing a bigger team in Franklin, so they need to push the tempo and play fast and help in the defensive positions, understanding that they have a mismatch with Franklin and being a bigger team, so they need to help in the defensive post.
Okay, when we come back, we'll meet starting lineups and have our opening tip-off in tonight's quarterfinal round playoff here on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are. Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Welcome aboard. Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. We are ready to open the show. Along with Lauren Goodman, I'm Will James, and tonight it's a boys D1 clash. Visiting Franklin, taking on host Capital Christian. Let's meet the starting lineups for the visitors tonight. The Wildcats, the 6th seed, coming in at 20-8 overall under head coach Ken Manfredi. Sim, Estacio, Valdry, Roberts, and a Yahweh. And you see the highlighted players there. 2 leading scorers, and both of them all Delta League selections, Lauren.
These teams are ready for the matchup, and Franklin is more than they look on paper. They are definitely showing a presence in their all black trimmed in gray.
They're on a 6-game winning streak, 9 of the last 10, including an overtime win over Jesuit, as Ken Manfredi's ball club just climbed right up the ladder down the stretch in the second half of the regular season. A brilliant finish. So let's meet McCall Woolman's 3rd seed Capital Christian Cougars, coming in at 21-7. Chappelle, one of the top players in the entire area, a record-setting ball player. Malat, good defender. And you see there Clark, Barros, and Carter. Barros, also one of the leading scorers on this Cougars ball club. He and Chappelle both knocked down 20s, as I understand it.
They are a scoring tandem. Chappelle is everybody's known radar player, but don't worry and sleep on Burrows. He is a slasher and an all-around player as well, and that's why they work so good as a tandem.
Good crowd on hand tonight. Noticeably absent their Capital Christian's vaunted band. But the burden lies on our game officials appointed by the NCOA, and referee Lamarck Barkley, working in tandem with umpire Melvin Bryant, will have to be quick stepping to keep up with this ball game tonight.
It's going to be a matchup of power and speed, and it's going to go on all night long.
All right, strap yourselves in. The Wildcats already on the floor, as Lauren mentioned, in their road black uniforms with the somewhat purple numerals. And of course, Capital Christian in their home whites, trimmed in the customary blue at center circle, tapping for the Franklin Wildcats. An imposing player there, Dylan Ayahweh, a 6'8" senior, learning as he goes. And he'll be tapping against Barros in the middle. And we are underway. Tap twice and run down in the backcourt. Cougars have first possession here. Kareem Clark ran it down, and Chappelle's up the floor to start the Cougar offense. Lob and a foul on an inside bucket. It was a dunk try that was disturbed by the foul, and an early foul on Roberts.
And that's what makes Burrows so impressive. His athleticism and his ability to jump out of the gym shows you right there on the first play of the game, a lob designated for him.
And he completes the three-point play as we expected. He's a 76% free throw, and we see some immediate backcourt pressure applied. They break the press, feed the post. Roberts inside, takes it strong, and has his shot blocked and grabbed by Barros. Lob it ahead, tapped out of there, and it's a turnover. Cougars trying for a quick strike there. On the point, Valdry has it stripped away and stolen. Chappelle sends it ahead, 2-on-1, feed the trailer, got it, Chappelle. So the turnover hurts, 5-0 Capital Christian early on.
This extended pressure from Capital Christian is causing so much chaos, and you see the turnover right there.
Barros, a steal, drive, and layup. Time out, Franklin, as the host Cougars have blasted out of their corner for a 7-0 lead here in the opening 60 seconds.
Everybody in the gym in blue is excited about this jump start by the Cougars.
Good crowd continuing to file in here at Capital Christian High School. Spin the replay dial.
Burrows and his ability to put it on the floor and then be fancy with the hang time right there. Way to finish that.
I'd have to expect or consider Franklin's performance thus far in that opening minute to be basically laden with tension or early jitters. 2 turnovers, both led to buckets. Zach Chappelle has been on this squad 4 years as a standout, and he has set some records along the way, including most victories by any Capital Christian player, 90 of them. He's their all-time leading scorer at better than 1,800, and this year set a single-game steals record with 10.
You see Chappelle in the top of that press. That's why he's so good at deflecting the ball and getting steals for the Cougars.
Break the press. Straight away, Jay, down! Boy, a badly needed 3-ball by Valdry, the all-Delta League selection. And the Wildcats on the board. A deep deuce, I guess, huh? 7-2. Cougars back on the attack. Lob inside. Off target. Turnover. Both clubs now with 2 turnovers each. Corner jump shot missed on the shot there by Estacio, and we got a transition foul.
Cougars are going to have to make better decisions with the lob. We see here pushing. Way to get the Wildcats going and knocking that long deuce down. That was important to their rhythm so far.
The foul was on Raymond Sim, Franklin point guard. 2 team fouls now on the Wildcats. Chappelle fires from deep range and misses a 3-ball. 1 and done. Valdry up the floor, fires away, pops out, rebound tapped out and grabbed on the run. Chappelle has it stripped away, and another turnover in transition. Both clubs a little out of sync. Here's Roberts wheeling inside, down. Good position on that, nice seal.
Ignacio had his head up right there to find him on the slash.
7-4 after a 7-0 burst to start the game for the Cougars.
Wildcats just sitting back in a patient 2-3 zone, trying to clog the middle up, understanding Cougars have athleticism.
Break up and steal, another turnover, screaming layup, down! Beautifully stuck in there, great hands, steal, drive, and layup by Sim.
Wildcats settled in now, and they're ready to play for ball game.
Chappelle, a kick out. Here's Barros. Down, 3-ball, deep range.
Too easy. They're going to have to close out on him strong.
10-6. A bobble by Yahweh and a kick out. Nice jump shooting. 3-ball corner pocket. Another bucket by Sim from deep range. 10-9. After an early rash of turnovers, this game has kind of exploded now. Foul line jump shot, wide open, but a miss by Barros. 1 and done. Rebound cleared there by Estacio. Stops at the elbow. Yahweh posting, hook, wild off the glass. Rebound Barros. 3.5 to go. We're on the flip side of quarter number 1, and nice to have you with us tonight for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Capital Christian in white against visiting Franklin. Jump shot missed from the outside there by Clark. So far, no offensive rebounding by Capital Christian. Baseline drive and a pull-up off the side of the board. A miss there by Estacio. 3-ball gunner Micah Filer into the contest for Capital Christian.
Smart move by Coach Woolman right here, putting the gunner in because the 2-3 zone has been causing some delay in their offense.
So they got their outside attack lineup in there with Filer as Carter sits down. Deep range gunning is another miss. Fight for the board. Yahweh fouled on the offensive board. Nice tenacity there by both squads. Foul on Barros. It's first.
And then Yahweh is going to bring a lot of pressure on the offensive rebounds, as we see right here. His ability just to go after it and crash it is going to cause confusion. There needs to be a body on him.
Roberts to a Yahweh, straight in front of the bucket for an easy 2. A go-ahead bucket, first lead of the game for Franklin, coming off the deck after trailing 7-0.
Game plan is working right now for Franklin, and it's being effective. They're just being patient, sticking to what they have worked on with Coach Manfredi.
Filer can't leave him open. In and out this time. A Yahweh clears and outlets. Up the floor, Estacio has his shot blocked. Follow-up missed by Roberts. Out of bounds to the Cougars.
Cougars are going to have to do a better job of boxing out. As you see Coach Manfredi kind of pacing right there, just wanted his team to crash the boards and give his team a second opportunity to score.
11-10 Franklin. And here's a stoppage of play. Capital Christian wants a timeout, and it's a 30. Each club has burned a 30, and wisely so, I imagine. I cannot believe Coach Woolman is really satisfied with the Cougars' performance right now.
It's the Wildcats game plan. Got to give credit to Coach Manfredi. They are sitting in that 2-3 zone and packing it in, not allowing the Cougars to do what they want to do as far as put the ball on the floor and penetrate. And you see in the Wildcats huddle, they're just trying to keep the consistency up. This is the first quarter, and the game plan is working thus far, Will.
Got to give them credit. Coming in on the road, though it's just about, 8 miles across town or so. Nevertheless, home court advantage belongs to the Cougars, so a nice start for the visitors and a nice start for the fans here tonight. Filer, Barros guns away, over and off. Leaping rebound, beautifully done. Baldry, and he's going to push. Coach Manfredi considers Baldry a real tough cover for anyone trying to defend him.
Cougars staying in that full court man-to-man. You see that tie-up right there by DJ Malott.
That was very physical, aggressive defense by the Cougars there.
Cougars just trying to play extended pressure. They're playing man-to-man. You see DJ Malott forcing that turnover right there, or the tie-up right there to get a jump ball.
Actually, they clipped him for a foul. It did look like he had a handful of arm there, so 2 team fouls each. On the point, Estacio, and a whistle away from the ball. It's going to be against Franklin on an inside push-off against Yahweh, his first foul. So that might be a gauge on how the officials are going to call things on the inside. We'll need a little more criteria. Chappelle to Barros, 2 6'5" wing types. And Chappelle often at the point guard position. Chappelle crashes in the zone and loses the rock. Here's a run out. Estacio, jump stop, stripped away. What a steal. Transition and a blasting charging foul. Wow.
Expect that from the Wildcats all night. They're going to be disciplined. Their coach spoke about them being disciplined, and that was heart right there, sacrificing yourself, sacrificing your body for the team. Great charge.
So far, Cougar transition has resulted in 3 turnovers and now a charge with the foul against Chappelle. Trouble on the inbound, miscommunication, but Roberts salvages, and they push it now, 2-1. Ball fake and a fast break layup killed by Tacticon. 13-10. And right now, the Cougars ought to be well aware that Franklin came in here to try to win this ball game, even as underdogs.
No fear in any type of Manfredi's teams. All his teams seek and reek in confidence, so that is great for the Wildcats.
Barrows, a miss, 1 and done. Rebound gathered by Estacio. A 21-point performance in their opening round win over Grigori. Take it strong, a layup, down! Wow! A screaming layup.
The Wildcat bench is loving the tenaciousness from the team. That was a great, hard drive and way to finish it with the contact with the opposite hand.
Raymond Sim with a bucket. Trying to complete a 3-point play, cannot. Rebound, Filer with 35 seconds to go in an exciting first quarter here. 15-10 Franklin after trailing 7-0. Filer left open, don't want to do that. In and out this time. 1 and done. Baldry boards it, and they're going to slow and try to wait for 1.
Execution of game plan right now. The Wildcats have a game plan for the Cougars, and it has been working to their advantage.
Raymond Sim, 8 seconds. Drives on Filer. Pull up, step back Jay. Pow! My word. Deep shot at the buzzer, off target, and the Franklin Wildcats have just served notice here, claiming a 17-10 lead after 1. Don't want to wander off. We're coming right back.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it.
You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
We open second quarter action, and visiting Franklin, an impressive first quarter to command now a 7-point lead as we open second quarter action. Dribble drive, and a bucket and a foul on Carter. The drive by Estacio, very physical.
Total team effort tonight. Estacio is finding the gaps in that man-to-man pressure and just taking the contact and finishing it up.
Free throw, no good. Twice now, Franklin has been unable to complete 3-point plays, but they lead it. Whistle on the drive. Quick first step by Kareem Clark. So Roberts picks up his second foul, and I would imagine that's a bit of concern for head coach Ken Manfredi. Non-shooting, Chappelle to inbound, baseline right, and a whistle and a stoppage. A hold called against Raymond Sim on the inbound. His second foul, so the Franklin point guard now with 2 fouls. Chappelle into Barrows, turn and hit. Nice touch. continued full court pressure. Foul against Capital Christian. Chappelle is going to get clipped for his second foul.
And that's a important blow for them. You see right here, good connection with Burrows, using his inside move to finish right over the top of the shorter defender.
Jazz Blackman into the ball game for Franklin. He wears number 12. Full court pressure pays off in a turnover for the Cougars, and stolen right back. A foul on Carter on that up-court pass.
And that was just a frustration foul. Lost the ball in transition. You got to stay smart and protect the defensive mode. When you lose it on offense, you got to get right into the defensive mode, not into a foul.
Seventh team foul with more than 7 minutes remaining here in the second. That means bonus free throwing for Franklin the rest of the half. At the stripe, Estacio, he missed his first one, but connects on that one.
7 minutes to go in this half. Coach Manfredi coming on right there. He is excited about this bonus already. 7 minutes left, bonus. That's an advantage to his team, who's been shooting so well.
21-12. Largest lead. Now some extended pressure by Franklin. They get it across the timeline, and now Barrows out on the point to start the offense. Filer on one wing, Hall on the other, number 20 handling. Bounce it low. Micah Filer, a kick out. Barrows misses the J. Nice rebounding by Hall.
Cougars need to find an opportunity to score at this moment. The zone has been a delay.
Micah Filer on his third try kills a three ball, badly needed by the Cougars.
Right on time, Filer, their big three-point gunner.
At the outset, we mentioned that Micah knocked down earlier in the season his 150th three to claim the all-time lead here for the Cougars. Wow, turnover on the inbound. Okay, Micah Filer, deep range gunning, and you saw a sample of that just moments ago. Again from the outside, Kareem Clark, another three ball, and the Cougars coming back fast. Stop and go, driving layup, down, kissed in sweetly by Tactican.
Tactican finding the gaps, but the Wildcats just using a collective effort and a combination of guards to get their scoring going for them.
Hall to Clark, fakes the three, penetrates and kicks back out. 5:40 to go, still early second. Clark down. The former Franklin Wildcat hits a three to pull the Cougars within two. Fast break, corner J on the way. Not this time, tapped out long, salvaged by Franklin. Nice drive by Estacio to force the action and a foul.
Pushing all the way down the middle, using that glass effectively.
Blackman out into the ball game now for Franklin. Harrison wearing number 13, and at the stripe, all Delta League selection, Leland Estacio, and he drops his third consecutive free throw.
And you can tell already why he was an all-league player. His team finishing for a tie in second, and he has been a presence since the tip.
Pair of free throws, 25-21 Franklin, with still better than 5 minutes to go. Cougars break the pressure. It goes to Chappelle, who's back on the floor, with Filer, Barrows, Hall, and Clark. Deep shot, Hall, air ball short, grazed the net, out of bounds to the Wildcats.
The Cougars have been settling for three-point shooting, understanding that it's open, but it's open for a reason. The Wildcats are using that to their effect.
A bobble by Vaudry, but he finally gets it off. Estacio break the press, full speed, blocked out of there by Filer on the driving layup attempt by the diminutive Jamari Harrison. Baseline inbound, feed it in short, pump fake, stripped away and knocked out of bounds. Cougar basketball.
Filer just trying to get back in transition and blocking that on the shorter defender. Way to read that.
Barrows to inbound. We're nearing midway second. Intensity escalating as we speak. 25-21. Franklin on top.
Continuing to see Wildcats in that extended pressure, and that is to slow the Cougars down. Their game plan has been so effective, in crediting to Coach Manfredi and his team's willingness to buy into the game plan.
Zone defense has been effective. Here's Chappelle. Air ball long. Baldry shoots it up the floor. He gets a return pass and travels for a turnover. Keelan Baldry, 6'3" senior, all Delta League.
Coach Wellman just trying to get his team in some type of rhythm, but you cannot when you're trading baskets and you're getting one possession and stops every play. They have not gotten an offensive rebound, to my knowledge, and it's been effective for them to get in a second chance opportunity.
You're correct. Clark, they swing it on the kick out. Chappelle tries a reverse layup, and they're going to call a Yahweh for the foul. That's number 2 on Dylan. Let's take a look.
Chappelle just needs some space to create. He wants to put the ball on the ground, and you see him going for the reverse right there, and Yahweh all over his back.
Number 1 is good. Substitution Cougars. Hall out. Checking into the contest, Reberg, a speedster, stand out on the football team as well. Number 2, also good.
Hopefully those free throws can get Chappelle going, as he is the offensive spark for this team.
He averages 21, so far limited to 4. Wildcats break the press and trying to get the call on a deflection. Substitution for Franklin. Harrison out, back on Raymond Sim. He's playing with 2 fouls. Ken Manfredi regulating his rotation.
He brings in such a positive energy with his rotation because he's given faith and confidence in players, as he's seen 10, 12 deep, and that confidence in a player can be a spark and a difference in a playoff single matchup.
Got something out of order with Baldry. He's going to come out of the ball game, and back in for Franklin is going to be Blackman. Don't know a reason why, unless won't guess on that one. So Wildcat basketball. Estacio inbounds it. The runner left short. Transition Cougars. Clark sends it to the corner. Michael Filer. Clark down as he postures after he hit the 3. Wow, it's going to be a foul called on Blackman.
And the Cougar fans are loving that, every single bit of it.
(26-25).
Coach Manfredi just trying to keep his team under control right now and poised as the Cougars are making a run.
They have seized their first lead since 10-9, midway first. 3-minute mark, second quarter. Chappelle down, 3 ball.
And now the Cougars are hitting. You see all the Cougar fans loving when Chappelle can knock down a shot, but when you're leaving those threes wide open, eventually they're going to hit, and then the Cougars need to make an adjustment.
Drive the baseline, feed low, tapped away, another turnover by Franklin. Cougar transition.
Right.
Good ball movement, corner jump shot, air ball long, misses everything on the shot by Rayberg. 2:10 to go. Estacio inside, in and out, tough luck. Yahweh sticks it back in.
And his presence is important. Way to crash the boards, big fella, and put that in to get your team in some type of offensive rhythm.
29-27, Cougars by 2. Franklin staying in that real stingy zone defense. Filer fires away, over and off, one and done, no offensive boards. Baldry sends it ahead. Corner jump shot, don't wait. Back rim, no, on the run. Clark, 1-on-2, pull up Jay. Wild, forced, and off target. And they're going to call a travel on Estacio.
Good offensive rebound. Way to power that up. Nobody blocking him out and just taking his time and finishing.
We got that super audio off those backboard microphones. Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. 29-27. Cougars by 2. Just over a minute left here in the first half.
Wildcats just need to stay disciplined. They're kind of getting rattled in the 2-3 zone. They just need to stay solid because it's being effective. And the Cougars need to find a way to attack the zone and find those gaps.
Filer with the shot clock running down at 8 seconds. Barros looking for a seam, shoots on the run. A putback by Clark as he snuck inside and out-hustled Baldry.
Clark finding every way to avenge his old school.
Estacio hammered by one of 2 Cougars. Barros was one of them. The other was Evan Johnson.
Barrios just trying to get it up in some type of gap, but Clark right there finding his way to snake in and get that offensive rebound. I want to say their first offensive rebound to being effective.
Estacio, a miss. Substitution coming on DJ Malott for the Cougars 11 as Barros comes out, as does Rayberg. One out of 2. 31-28. Timeout on the floor. It's a full. We'll step back. So don't wander off. Lots more to come.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Well, nice of you to join us tonight. There you see Ken Manfredi, the head coach of Franklin, in his huddle. A timeout coming here with 38 seconds left in the first half. Capital Christian, the 3 seed here in Boys Division I, on top 31-28 after Franklin had led for the better part of this first half.
Cougars finding a way to be resilient right now and get some consecutive buckets, but at the same time, the Wildcats' game plan has been effective and it has slowed down that number 3 Cougars.
Franklin, the number 6 seed in a brutal boys Division I field. After a slow start, the turnstiles have rattled here at Capital Christian. A good crowd on hand tonight for this quarterfinal round boys Division I matchup.
Franklin bringing out a nice crowd as well to combat the Cougar den and their loudness.
If we can get a shot here at midcourt, it was one of our 2 officials checking with Athletic Director Suzanne Baker of Capital Christian. Don't know reason why, but we're ready to play. 35 seconds, casual dribble up the floor. Zach Chappelle in the backcourt with Kareem Clark. And the Cougars sitting on a 3-point lead here. We'll see what they want to do with it. Franklin still in that 2-3 zone. Okay, they've got it down to 10 seconds now. Start the play. Chappelle to Filer. Open 3 ball. Down! Quickly up the floor from half court. Off target. And we have played halfway at the intermission. A strong comeback by host Capital Christian after trailing the resurgent Franklin Wildcats 34-28 at the intermission here in this boys D1 quarterfinal. And quite sure Cougars head coach McCall Woolman is very happy to see the lead flipped around after his club had a very, very shaky middle of that first half. Let's turn our attention to Rick Stewart.
All right, Coach, first half impressions?
Well, it started pretty well for them, but I really liked our response, and we kept our composure really, really well and just got to our game, which is moving the ball and spreading the court and finding good shooters. They finished strong, and there's a couple things that we just need to clean up, but it was a pretty good first half of basketball.
What's going to be the key you're going to have to focus on in the second half?
Well, we need to handle pressure a little bit better and just make a little more decisions because there's a lot of reward on the backside of that press. Second, we need to make our free throws as well.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. All right, Will, Lauren, we're going to send it back upstairs to you.
Thank you, Rick. Yes, free throws, always crucial. Turnovers, always crucial. But we got a tight one here. 34-28, Capital Christian on top as expected, but still anybody's game. Don't wander off. Lots more ahead here on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Maria, so how's work?
It was 4th period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bell and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year. I might get to go.
Cool.
Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Well, you can see all sorts of fans are here in the stands tonight at Capital Christian High. It's a good game we have here, and I'm pleased to have Suzanne Baker with me, the athletic director here at Capital Christian. Suzanne, tremendous year you're having this year. First and foremost, congratulations on the girls' victory last night as head coach of varsity. That was tremendous, and that was win 348, if I understand. So tremendous career, great game. Tell me about the game.
Thank you. We came into it thinking that if we pressured them and played really well, we'd be able to pull out a victory. In the first half, the girls played extremely well, and we went up, I think, 44-14. We did a really strong press on them, and they really couldn't handle the pressure. So I was real proud of our girls.
And who do you play next?
We play Argonaut next Tuesday.
Okay.
A rematch of the section final last year.
A little revenge time. It's there, right?
We'll see. Yes. Okay. We're just very thankful to be here. I've had a young team, and they've really come along this year. So.
Any day you can keep playing is a good season.
Exactly. Extend and play. Yes.
Well, now, you don't have much going on this week. My understanding is you're off. The school is off, but you're obviously working.
Right. Week of winter break. We've had games every night, which actually is kind of nice. No pressure of school on the kids. We can come in and have shoot-arounds, and it's no waking up early, so it's kind of nice.
Alrighty. We're going to say thanks for having us here tonight, first and foremost.
We love having you guys.
It's great to be here with all your support. We're going to take a quick break. You're going to see the score right here, 34-28, Capital Christian in the lead. We'll be right back.
Maria, so how's work?
It was fourth period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bella and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool. So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
You can see the score there, 34-28, Capital Christian in the lead at halftime. Coach McCall, first half impressions, first and foremost.
Oh, we got off to a little slow start, and I think they did a really good job at crashing the old boards. We didn't have 5 guys on the glass, and that hurt us and pretty much led to their run that they went on.
Well, their slow start was hindered by your fast start going up 7-0.
Yeah, true. Our slow start was on the defensive end, and then, we went through a little struggle scoring the ball for about 4 minutes, but, we came out of it.
We talked prior to the game, and you stressed defense was going to be big. Are you satisfied?
No, definitely not. Not satisfied with our effort. Guys have to be a little more attention to detail, a little more alert.
What's the one thing you're going to have to do then?
Box out, communicate.
All right, good luck, Coach, in the second half. All right, we've got Pastor Rick Hole here, Senior Pastor Rick Hole from Capital Christian Center. Pastor, tell me what is involved in keeping an even keel on a sports, but also within a school atmosphere.
It really is something we try to coordinate all of the academics, the arts, the sciences, the sports, all of that has to work together in harmony. It's not easily done because everybody has their own unique kind of passion, and people that are passionate about one thing don't always appreciate someone else's. So we work hard to just bring people together to build school unity, to build team unity with our coaches, and we're seeing really good success with that.
Well, and that's part of the whole community aspect. It's not just the community here on campus, but it's how the school on its community interacts around the community as well.
Yeah, our basketball team has gotten involved in community service, serving the homeless in the winter sanctuary that we do. They've come along and helped and served in that, so they get involved in many aspects. going downtown to Loaves and Fishes, things of that kind. So it's not just what we do here, it's what we want to give back in a broad way.
Well, and in many ways, that's an incredible growth experience for the athletes themselves, too.
Oh, it really is. I think it actually builds a team unity when they get back on the floor. They've been doing life with each other. They love each other all the more, and they want to win for each other and really have each other's back, and it really works together.
What a great way to put it, having each other's back and standing up for them. It's tremendous. You do a great job here with what we see in the times we've been here, and we just would like to say thanks for all the support you guys give us.
That's awesome. We love what you do, too. Like, we're in this community together, and you make a big contribution to it as well. We're grateful for that.
Well, it's nice to work with other good people, too, Pastor. All right, we're going to send it up to Will and Lauren for the second half as we get ready to roll.
All right, well, thank you very much, Rick. It's 34-28, Capital Christian by 6 after trailing. But let's take a look and review the keys to this game.
Franklin has done a phenomenal job in the transition defense area. They have not allowed the Cougars to push at all, and that has slowed the pace of the Cougars, as well as play smart and poised and keep it maintained. They've played their game plan, and they've been very disciplined to what Coach Manfredi is seeking from them today. As well for Capital Christian, they have been struggling in the area of pushing the tempo and capitalizing in transition opportunities, but they've done a great well on Ignawe and a post presence and helping on the inside with him as a 6'8" presence.
The big difference in that turnaround from Franklin leading it by 9 at one point to now trailing by 6 was the Cougars started hitting their threes in the second quarter. 5 of them, 5 threes. Here's a foul against the Cougars on the opening play away from the ball. Barrows is going to get called for his 3rd foul.
Illegal screen. It looked like on that lob play that they try to go again against the Cougars 2-3 zone.
Full court pressure again applied by the Cougars. Let's see how the Wildcats handle it. Trouble on the inbound. Finally, Valdry has it, doubled, bobbled, it's a turnover. Deflected away, Clark drives, poor pass out of bounds. Basketball to Capital Christian. 10th turnover by Franklin just now.
Coach Woolman's probably hoping that the Cougars settle in. They're forcing turnovers, but they're not capitalizing on it.
Barrows, easy money on the inbound, short J. Trouble on the press. Out of bounds to Franklin, but barely.
DJ Malott just being a pest on defense all over any Franklin player.
Well, that's his fort, and Coach Woolman certainly emphasized that. Inside layup, missed by Roberts, point blank range. But a salvage as Sim comes away with it. Break up and steal by Clark. Take it strong. A layup. Missed, but it's going to be a foul as Valdry got back to defend.
Everybody liking Clark's spark and energy on that steal. Clark just all speed all the way down. Taking the contact right there.
Second foul on Valdry. Clark to the stripe. 85% free thrower this year, and just gave a good demonstration of why. Head coach Ken Manfredi up along that Wildcat bench has seen enough turnovers to last him the rest of the night. 2 for 2 at the stripe for Clark. Well, they need to figure out a better press break. They finally go over the top. 3-on-1 and a steal from behind. Boy, ball hawking again, DJ Malott. (38-28), Cougars by 10. Clark, a miss from the corner. Roberts boards it, badgered hard. Valdry, 3-on-2, take it to the middle, kick to the corner, broken up and stolen by Clark. 4 consecutive turnovers to start the half by Franklin. Corner jump shot missed out there by Chappelle, one and done.
Coach Manfredi just trying to get his team under control at this point. 4 consecutive turnovers, all caused by the pressure from the Cougars.
Stasio, Baldry. They need something from their big hitters, and that's the top two right there. Stasio, a miss. Chappelle snaps it ahead. Clark in the paint. Wheel and deal, has it stolen away. Good, quick hands there. Raymond Sim.
Sim. Just trying to find some day and light to get past this Cougar pressure.
Inside of Yahweh, nice drive, draw, dish from Sim.
Sim's great way to find Ignawe on that pressure and get him involved in the offense. They need to find a little bit more drive attacks to him so that they can pay attention to him.
Chappelle, pull up Jay, got it, sweet money. 40-30, Cougars by 10, but a backcourt foul, DJ Malott.
Sims needs to create more opportunities like this for Yahweh. You see right there, he keeps it just high and uses his body to protect the backboard.
Baldry up high, fouled from behind by Carter, and that's going to be 3 fouls on Carter, 3 on Barrows, 3 on Malott.
And that is something that tends to happen, Will, when you have extended pressure and you have guys being intense and up in your face like that. Sometimes they will pick up quick fouls. They need to be smarter and use their feet and not their hands.
3 team fouls on the Cougars. Baldry tied up. Foul line jump shot, banked home straight away by Sim. Wildcats back within 8, trailing 40-32 as we near midway third. Chappelle down. Big time 3.
From a big time player, and you see him in the top of the press for his length.
Sim to Roberts. His pass is deflected. Jump shot on the way, a miss. Chappelle, tough rebounding. Pushes up. He's the trailer, fire away, off target. A breakup by Micah Filer, but it'll be out of bounds to Franklin, but it does enable the Cougars a chance to put their pressure on.
Coach Manfredi trying to make some rotations right here so he can have more guards on the floor to help with the extended pressure. But it is also important right now that the Wildcats can make some adjustments because the Cougars defense is extending so much pressure and is causing so much confusion that the Wildcats can't get any offense.
Tactican into the ball game as they go small, as Lauren said. Stasio drive it strong and lay it home.
And Stasio has put on a tremendous performance right here, just keeping his Cougars in the game.
He's got 11 points to pace his team as we're at the 3.5-minute mark. Flip side, quarter 3. Barrows sneaks inside, tough shot. Nice pressure there by Roberts to disrupt that. And if that's a foul on Carter,
Coach Woolman just trying to talk to the refs about the foul count right now. As we see, it is 4-1 in the favors of the Wildcats.
Here's Baldry up the floor. He needs to pick up his offense right now. All Delta League selection. He and Stasio. Baldry inside. Oh, yes. I'd say he picked up his offense there.
Good bucket to start him going. He needs to be more of a presence as this is his last 2 quarters of the season. He needs to give it his all at this point.
He's just got 4 points in the ball game. They're going to need a lot more than that. Chappelle down.
But if it's at the hands of that man right there, Mr. Chappelle, he is going to have a long season.
Here's Valdry working against Clark. Tied up, a deflection. Tactican comes up with it. Corner jump shot on the way, a miss from outside. Taken there by Sim. Carter pushes. Here's Barrows, full speed. Well defended, but a swiping foul on Roberts.
Valdry has to get more easy buckets like that so he can get in some type of rhythm. But if it has anything to do with this man right here, Mr. Chappelle, he is going to have a long night. He has been working tremendously, and he's been knocking down the three ball effectively.
That's been the difference, is the three ball, as Barrows misses number one. Capital Christian had 6 of them in the first half and has added 2 more by Chappelle. He's got 3 of their 8. Timeout taken, and it's a 30. So we'll just keep it right here as you see Ken Manfredi with his Wildcats circled around him.
Coach Manfredi has such a team spirit. His team, knowing him and coaching with him at Monterey Trail was amazing. He has such a joyful spirit when we're talking about team. Coming into next week, we will be going to the semifinal round. It will be a mystery who we will be playing.
Another mystery matchup coming your way on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. And when you get to that semifinal round, Lauren, as you well know, all bets are off. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have a matchup that's even more tantalizing than what we've shown you thus far. But let's take it one step at a time. Barrows up there for number 2. And he nails that one. "11-point lead, 47-36. Cougars, they break the press. Franklin does. Estacio, a miss. Valdry bobbles the offensive board, and Chappelle picks it up and pushes hard. Filer, Roberts doing a nice job on the inside for Franklin. Valdry one-on-one versus Chappelle. Thinks better of shooting the 3, and they reset. Estacio trying to work on Barrows, but kicks out to Valdry. Split the defense and lay it home. Valdry, a tough shot there, got bumped a little bit, no call. Nice answering response there by the Wildcats. All Delta League selection.
Valdry just trying to get in some rhythm, and the layups is what's going to open the basket up for him.
Deep J on the way, a miss by Barrows, one and done. Valdry boards it and pushes hard. A turnover, a steal by Chappelle, but he loses it out of bounds. A tap away, they say. Cougar basketball. But another turnover.
Coach Manfredi all the way out to the white lines right now with the animation of he thought that was a hooking foul on Chappelle.
As you see there, demonstrating it clearly. .45 seconds to go here in the third. There you saw Coach Woolman up along that Cougar bench. Clark, Filer, now Chappelle. 8 on the shot clock. A turnover. Push it hard. And a whistle and a foul in transition against the Cougars.
The height advantage is actually working to Franklin. You see the bigger Cougar players, but as the Wildcats are trying to dribble through and maneuver under those taller players, they're actually picking up some quick fouls.
The foul's on Filer, his second, non-shooting. Wildcats to inbound, baseline left, Estacio to shove it in. Bad pass, picked. DJ Malott with the D. Pretty relaxed on that inbound. Time out Cougars with 19 seconds left. Coach Woolman has something in mind, and I can't imagine it would be a, well, let's see.
You can tell right now.
It's a 30.
Coach Woolman is trying to have a draw up. You see the 30-second timeout with 20 seconds left. He's trying to get a quick hitter, and for sure he was subbing in a shooter, so he's probably going to be trying to get a deep 3.
Well, the last play they set to end the first half was a 3-ball that Filer dropped to stretch the lead from 31-28 to 34-28. So they've got lots of weapons, options.
Very deep bench as they brought some JV players up, so they have a number of talent all the way down that bench he could use.
So Hall is on the floor for Capital Christian, number 20, along with Chappelle and Filer and Clark and Malott. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Chappelle, drive, Baldry, gets inside and has a layup. And this quarter has concluded on the Chappelle bucket, and he came alive for 10 points in the third. After 3, 49-38. Capital Christian. Don't go away, because we'll be right back for fourth quarter drama.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Both clubs on the floor as we prepare to start fourth quarter action here in this boys Division I quarterfinal. Capital Christian on top, 49-38. The big difference so far has been the 3-ball. Capital Christian has 8 of them. Franklin just 1. Baldry, face up and fire down. There's 2.
He has woken up in this second half, Will, and it is very important to the Kim Manfredi Ball Club.
Filer tries to return the favor and cannot. Up short. Baldry boards it and pushes hard. Chased from behind by Clark. A travel and a turnover.
Probably thought there was a small deflection there, as we probably all did, but he has woken up and he is pushing the tempo.
Certainly Coach Manfredi happy to see that. Chappelle on the point, giving direction. Hall to Clark. We're just underway here in the fourth quarter. Capital Christian by 8 at home. Filer, a travel and a turnover.
Cougars have not been successful with finding gaps in the zone to penetrate. They want to put the ball on the floor, dribble, drive, dribble, attack, but they cannot do that in that tenacious zone that the Wildcats have put together.
Neither team is really getting to the foul line much. Franklin 5 of 8 for the night. Capital 6 out of 7. Baldry working on Clark. Stop and go. Take it strong, pull up, kick out to Roberts. Big possession here. Pull up Jay Estacio, falls short, maybe partially blocked by Chappelle. 6.5 to go, early fourth. Nice to have you with us tonight for this big ball game. We'll see who wants to advance in this brutal boys Division I, the gauntlet. Here's Filer, down!
Filer doesn't need a lot of daylight to get it off.
52-41, that's Filer's third tray of the game. Estacio works inside and banks it home and draws a foul.
Estacio is a special kid, and he has to pull out the special works right there. That was a great start with the three-point play.
Foul number 3 on Chappelle, and you'll see here.
He's been so crafty in just finding ways to attack the gaps in that man-to-man defense.
Short on the free throw. They'll settle for 52-43 on the Estacio drive. Now here's Chappelle and the Cougars half-court set. Barros powers inside, draws a foul perhaps on Valdry, and it is. Wow.
Burrows is so crafty with his up and unders and his patience at the free throw line. He's so special there, and you see him adding that and one bucket.
And he completes the three-point play. 55-43. Time of decision, and here's a whistle as Valdry pushed it against Clark, who fouled him. Two fouls on Clark. 17 fouls on Capital.
Important foul right there. It is now 5:30 left, and they are in the bonus. So their aggressiveness to the rim and how they attack at this point is all up to them and in their control. They have to take advantage of this bonus.
So Valdry up there on the season, a 67% free thrower. And drops number 1, pretty sweet. Number 2, also good. It brings the Wildcats within 10, 55-45, still a long way to go, better than 5 minutes. Here's Chappelle. As you've said a number of times, Lauren, they're really having a tough time with this Franklin zone defense. If not for the 3 balls, they would be locked up.
Coach Manfredi just changing the extension from a 2-3 to a 3-2 so he can get out on the shooters for the Cougars.
Filer fires. Over and off. Rebound, Valdry. Push it up the floor. Raymond Sim now on the point for Franklin with 4:50 to go, nearing midway 4th. Valdry. Roberts, kick out. Jay on the way. Pow! And that's what he's in there for. Caleb Tactican with the big-time 3.
Right on time, and you've seen that all starting with Sims and his patience to execution. They've been working together as a team, and you see outstanding ball movement on that last possession.
Chappelle doesn't wait, he fires, and it spins out. Rebound, Estacio, tied up by Barros. Let's see who has the possession arrow.
Coach Manfredi on the sideline, he has been fired up the whole game. That was a good knockdown. You see the ball rotation, just got it to the right hand at the right time.
Cougars have the rock with 4:10 to go. Midway 4th. Clark to Barros. Drive baseline and bank it sweet.
Barros' hang time is phenomenal. You see right there, he just hangs in the air to be crafty with the left-hand finish.
Into the front court now, Raymond Sim, cross courts. He goes to Tactican. Now Estacio. Valdry. Loses the rock out of bounds. Turnover, Franklin.
Barros is been amazing with that hang time. His ability to hang in the air and his athleticism allows him to kiss it off the glass.
Cross court, it goes to Clark. Barros from Filer, and here's a turnover as Roberts comes up with it. Baseline bank shot, sweet from Estacio. Leland Estacio.
Estacio's been impressive tonight. He is a special player. Coach Manfredi talked tons about it. They are amazing tandem together, and they've been working well with Coach Manfredi's leadership.
Here's Chappelle, wheel inside and lay it home. Zach Chappelle.
Chappelle is a scoring machine, and he's keeping it pouring tonight.
A driving play, beautifully done that time. Tactican.
Chappelle, he can find any way to score. It's either a layup, jump shot. You see right there, he just puts it in with his left hand. He is crafty.
There you see Coach Woolman in front of that Cougar bench with 2:24 to go, a 7-point lead, but it is not safe.
Wildcats and they've huddled. They've been such a team and a one unit. They move the ball fluently, and Coach Manfredi preached that prior to the game. Is they work as a team. They've been working together as one, as they do have their leaders, but as well as working as a team and as a unit has been successful tonight. The punch has been coming from anybody. Ignacio has been the difference maker. He is a motor for sure.
Well, this has been quite a game. We've had some roller coaster. Let's take a look and see what's going to shake out from this. If Capital can hang on, they'll face the winner of that 2 versus 7, Capital or Modesto Christian versus Jesuit. That'll be no picnic.
No, well, now we got to see Jesuit and their fine ball club. They're going to have a tough one tonight, but whoever wins tonight is going to definitely have a tough matchup, whoever it is, whether it's Jesuit or Modesto Christian.
Cougars facing full court pressure.
Wildcats keeping the extension so that they can not allow easy threes.
2:05, time getting tight. Franklin needs to come out and pressure.
Wildcats have just been patient in the zone.
Loose ball in the key. Salvaged. Franklin comes up with the turnover. Estacio. Follow up. Roberts. Wow. He ran the floor and picked up the chump change and stuck it in.
Reward for working hard.
5-point game. Filer from the corner, around and out. Great rebounding position. Barros is tied up, fouled.
Chappelle trying to get his team to understand that we have the lead. This is home court. We need to be smart on every offensive rebound. Coach Manfredi trying to get his team fired up to get a defensive stop.
Fouls on Estacio. Inbound goes to Filer. 1.5 minutes to go. Cougars by 5. Game still on the line. 2-possession game.
Cougars need to understand they don't have to settle for a 3. They have the lead, so they need to be smart in their execution right now.
Both coaches up their benches, shouting instructions to their team.
Understanding this is do or die defense right now. Everybody got to give their all or we go home.
Chappelle falls down and gets called for a travel and a turnover. Wow. A big break there for Franklin if they can take advantage. Just over 1 minute to go.
Coach Manfredi trying to get a quick timeout right here so he can execute. Minute left. He's going time, score, execution.
It's a full timeout. We'll step back and come right back. Stay with us.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Wow, both teams back onto the floor with 1:02 left. Still anybody's game and a huge possession for visiting Franklin. The number 6 seed down by 5 here, minute to go.
Execution is key right now.
Roberts, Tactican, defended by the much taller Barros. Jump stop, help. On the point now, it's Sim. Tactican back to Sim. They better make something happen fast. Layup down! Wow, Sim with a reverse layup and draws a foul on the play.
And I think that shocked everybody in the gym right there. He put a fancy dribble on, and then you see the reverse to the spin, and everybody in here was in shock.
Nice effect there. Raymond Sim. Three-point play.
Three-point play.
Hold on to yourself. 59-57 and a backcourt foul. Sim trying to steal.
And the Wildcats are in prime position. They have 2 fouls to give right now. One being a variable going into the 6th, but that 7th one going in the bonus. So they definitely at least have one more foul to give with this extended pressure.
Capital Christian trying to hold on. Another foul to give there. Tactican fouling Chappelle.
And now the Wildcats need to go for the steal. Don't try to allow the Cougars to catch it. They need to go for the steal. And on the other hand, Coach Woolman needs to convey to his team, take care of the basketball and knock down free throws.
Barrows to inbound, finally shoves it into Kareem Clark. Now Micah Filer. Wow, that foul was called before he even got there, but they're going to call it on Tactican. Gee whiz. Was that anticipation or?
Sometimes the refs do get in their mind understanding time, score, situation, and there are going to be fouls coming in. You see Coach Manfredi trying to convey to Tactican that he needs to just stay focused, understanding we didn't go get the foul right there or get the steal right there, and the foul will do. Now the Cougars have to make free throws in clutch moments.
Filer, a 79% free thrower, and we got a nice split screen of our coaches, and he pops out. No bonus, up the floor. Everyone's in slow motion for Capital. Baldry missed. Tip in, missed. Roberts fouled. Wow.
And Roberts again, he has been the dark horse of this matchup. Nobody has been paying attention to him. He gets another crucial offensive rebound in key moments. Now he got to make the free throws.
74% on the season, a chance to tie the ball game with 19 seconds left. Steady with the dribble. Number 1 on the way. Strong. Substitution. Carter in. Filer out for the Cougars.
And everybody is feeling the electricity in this gym right now.
Boy, that crowd is up. 3 seed Capital Christian trying to hang on against number 6 seed Franklin, pushing him to the brink. Number 2 for Roberts. He clanked it again, 0 for 2, and Barrows is fouled. Franklin thought they had a tie up there, but nothing doing.
Everybody in the crowd is in awe. That was a hard play. You see in the middle, Chappelle just trying to keep his team settled, but everybody is in awe and on the edge of their seats right now.
They sure
in this
are.
Cougar den.
So bonus free throwing for Barrows, 76% on the year. 1 and 1. He's got the first one.
Coach Woolman is probably happy that Burrows got an opportunity to get to the line on this one, even though he had a fairly good shooter in the last one. Burrows with the experience and the confidence probably is going to make him knock these down.
Still a one-possession game. Number 2, a miss. Rebound, Baldry. Franklin with a chance. They're down 3. They'll need a 3. Baldry. Time out, Franklin with 10 seconds. Okay, you've got 3 legitimate 3-ball shooters on Franklin. And we're talking about Sim, Estacio, and Tactican.
It's all about making the smart play, and I understand Coach Manfredi is going to overemphasize on his team, as you see him right there in the huddle, overemphasize. It could be anybody's shot, and I think everybody has the confidence that it could be their shot.
Nice shot there. Dallin Swenson with the over-the-top camera shot. And Coach Manfredi diagramming a play here. There's 10 seconds left in this one. They need 3. And on the flip side, Coach Woolman kneeling in front of that Cougar bench. Not as much to say.
Understand it right now, it's about heart and knowing your assignments. You played a full ball game. It's 10 seconds left. You got to be solid on your defensive assignment.
On the floor, Baldry, Estacio, Roberts, Tactican, and Sim. So all their 3-ball gunners are in there. If it's Franklin's night, we're going to have an overtime. The underdogs with one more chance. A bump in the backcourt, no call. Time getting short, 5 seconds. Sim fouled, shooting a 3. Oh my goodness. 3 free throws upcoming after Barrows committed the foul, his 4th.
And everybody in this gym right now is standing up in shock and in awe that foul just happened, and Sims was able to pull that off.
No time left. Zeros across the clock. And we got a thriller here on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. Aren't you glad you stayed with us? A nail biter here in this boys D1 quarterfinal round matchup. Capital Christian hanging on for dear life.
And the best mentality right now is one free throw at a time. One free throw at a time.
So they put a fraction back on the clock. And I think that's correct. Let's take another look at the foul by Barrows. This is an emergency situation. Step back, he's definitely behind the arc.
And didn't allow him to come down.
Great angle here.
Defenders understanding shooters, you got to let him come down. You have to let him land. He did not give him any space to land on there, and that was the accurate call of a foul.
There's sure a lot of time being taken here before these free throws. What's the problem?
And this is freezing the shooter up right now.
Yes, it is. One at a time. First one good.
One at a time, young fella, one at a time. You've done this over and over again. Understanding it's no pressure. It's just the magnitude of the moment.
Raymond Sim, a 65% free thrower, trying to hit all 3 and tie the ball game. 2 seconds left on the clock. He's good for number 2.
And being frozen out for at least the last 20 seconds where he could have shot these a little sooner. He's doing a great job right now. He got knocked down one more. Cougars trying to get in some shooting adjustments so they can use and maximize these 2 seconds.
And in the process of these substitutions, even trying to freeze Sim again. He's 1 free throw away from going for the trifecta and tying this ball game. Steady with the dribble. Short! Tapped out of bounds to Franklin with a fraction of a second left. He left the 3rd one short after that second delay. And I do believe there's a fraction of some time here. I don't know if there's enough to get a touch and a shot. Okay, replay of the time. They're putting .5 up there. Clearly, maybe even more than .5. Okay, everybody in hysteria right now. Estacio to inbound, lob it in, a breakup by Clark, and that's the game. A tremendous effort by 6th seed Franklin. They came to play, and head coach Ken Manfredi hugging Raymond Sim, who hit 2 out of 3 free throws, and in obvious despair. However, he needs to hold his head high as we see the sportsmanship here along the player line.
Best part of the game, seeing these two teams that probably know each other outside of the circuit or outside of this single matchup, but the two teams coming together after a heated battle like that, it's amazing.
A phenomenal effort by both teams, and McCall Woolman's number 3 seed Capital Christian Cougars hold on for dear life, and they have life. They'll move on to the semifinal round. And for Franklin, close, oh so close.
As they are receiving a standing O right now from their fans alone, and everybody in the gym right now is just clapping because that was an outstanding matchup, and it pulled the best out of both teams.
You're so right. Well said, Lauren. We had a thriller here tonight, and this crowd was treated. A fan's delight here on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Stick with us. We're going to come right back for our post-game segment, and Rick Stewart will be interviewing our players of the game.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
The verdict is in, and the decision is final this evening here at Capital Christian High School, where in this fascinating boys Division I quarterfinal round playoff game, host and 3rd seed Capital Christian hangs on for a dramatic 60-59 victory over 3 seed Franklin High in a ball game that had lots of suspense, drama, and heavy emotion, Lauren.
It was packed with emotion, and it was a high-flying, high thriller, shooting the 3 ball, that is, but at the same time, both teams lived up to the hype.
They did indeed, and it's a wake-up call for Capital Christian. I'm not sure what the mindset was coming into this ball game with the home court advantage and the higher seed and so forth, but we really have to pay tribute to Ken Manfredi and the visiting Franklin Wildcats. Their effort tonight and their spirit was a revelation.
Game planning. Coach Manfredi, having a long history and knowing him, he prepared his team very well and put together a game plan that actually may be so effective, just needing the players to pull it out, and actually they got the last opportunity.
Well, we selected our players of the game, and some marvelous performances tonight for visiting Franklin. All Delta League standout Leland Estacio, another outstanding performance by this senior guard, 15 points, And for host Capital Christian, Zach Chappelle, their all-time leading scorer, came on strong and finished with a 19-point total and a game-high 19. Rick Stewart is standing by with our players of the game. Rick?
All right, first for Franklin High School, Leland Estacio. Leland, huge shot you hit in the last minute or so to keep your team going there. The fourth quarter, you guys were fighting and coming back and working it in the defense. What was the real key late in the game for you?
For me, just trusting my team, knowing my team has my back, and know they have mine.
You were on the line, and your team was on the line with one free throw. Would you want to be there, or would you want to watch the player?
I trust my player to make the free throw. I'll take any of us to shoot a free throw.
Okay, the game tonight as a whole, even though it's the end of a season, it was a tremendous game, up and down the court the whole game long. How did you see the game coming in, and did it match up?
We had film on them. We would come in here, play together, play as a group, and we did what we wanted, and it was a great game.
All right, Leland. Congratulations on being player of the game for us tonight from Franklin High, and best of luck in the future. You got another year to go, so we'll probably see you again next year.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Leland. All right, now we're going to turn to Capital Christian and Zach Chappelle. Zach, tremendous game out there, offensively and defensively. What was the key out there in your eyes?
First off, I just want to thank God for keeping everybody safe, and His work, what He does behind the scenes, it's incredible. But our strategy was just to play hard and stop their key guys. But, Leland, he went off. Keelan, he did pretty good. Their coach is really good. His defense was amazing. So, we just had to fight through it and make some adjustments down the stretch.
Now, you and Rick carried the load. Rick Barrows carried the load late, especially. Was there any semblance that you knew you were going to do that? You've had a tremendous year this year.
No, it's just, we have a whole bunch of great players. Anybody can go off on any night. So, we just play, and whoever's scoring that game, we just keep feeding them. Rick, he's a mismatch for anybody. He's too big for any guards out there, and he's too quick for any big. So, we just got to keep feeding him, and that's how we're going to keep winning.
Now, the other key from here was your defense when they were making their transition. You guys had several, 5 or 6 plays in the far corner here where you intercepted the pass. That was something you guys were focused on all night long. We talked to the coach earlier in the game. Stress was on defense.
Yeah, we just been working on that. That's our key right now. We're really trying to lock down, buckle down on defense, and get after it.
The key is one more game. Good job, Rick. Good job. All right, Coach. Good game tonight. Now, we talked and stressed defense earlier. Now, is this about what you expected?
No, definitely not. Probably opposite of what I expected based on the energy that we had in the first round. But their team played hard. We knew they were going to crash the boards all night long, and it really is what kept them in the game, that and their effort. They beat us on the drive to the paint, and they got a lot of extra shots.
You had a little bit better shooting in the second half. First half, three-point shooting wasn't really there that well for you. Hit some key shots in the second half. Were you looking to do that?
Yeah, we were. We were looking to expose some mismatches and do a few things different in the second half, and it worked for us.
Now, we talked at halftime about your defense and what you needed to do. The trapping in both first half and second half was real key on their offensive transition.
Yeah, they did get out and run on us because we didn't have enough guys rotating. We could get the traps, but the rotations just weren't there.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck the rest of the season. Congratulations on the victory tonight, and hope the rest of the season matches up.
Thanks a lot, Will.
All right, Coach. All right. Will, Lauren, we're going to send it back upstairs to you. Tremendous game, as we expected.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Stewart. A real showstopper, a cliffhanger. This one had everyone wrung out to the final tick of the clock, and what a valiant effort by visiting Franklin tonight to really push it to the very, very edge and come up just short. Lauren, this was an inspiring performance, certainly by Franklin, and one that I'm sure Victoria's Capital Christian should be able to take the best of and move on in their semifinal round game.
You're right, Will. Wildcats put them to the test, and the Cougars had to respond in a different way. Coach Woolman may need to watch back and look at this film and take advantage of his opportunity to see his team in a different light. A lot of times as coaches, we see our team as a high-powered team, as he normally is here at Capital. But at the same time, seeing a difference in matchups as well as the presence that Coach Manfredi showed him today, he can learn a lot about his team as well as going into the next rounds for him to be successful.
No question. Certainly some lessons to be learned out here tonight. And for Capital Christian, the 60-point total they managed was about 15 below their scoring average. And we've had some results from around the area in other boys D1 games, and Sheldon emerged a winner over 9-seed Wood Creek, while Modesto Christian at home able to stop the Jesuit Marauders in a 2 versus 7 matchup. So you've got two familiar foes squaring off in the bottom of that bracket. Capital Christian, Modesto Christian. They've had a tense home and home series going on for years. That will be a delight to see. Keep that one in mind for the semis on February 28th. And the upper part of the bracket still unclarified. Sheldon is in as anticipated. They'll either be facing 12-seed Oak Ridge or number 4 Folsom. Don't want to make any predictions there, but certainly Sheldon is upholding their standing as number 1. And we just heard now from our inside source that Folsom did emerge victorious, so it'll be number 4 Folsom traveling to number 1 Sheldon next Wednesday on the 28th in a semifinal round game. And you know what, Lauren, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to head south on Wednesday, but it's still a mystery matchup.
We got to leave that mystery up to us right now at this current moment, but it is a great experience that we are seeing right now in this D1 playoffs, as well as tonight's matchup lived up to all of its hype.
It did. What I liked an awful lot about this matchup was the genuine respect and tribute each team paid to each other. There was admiration there, genuine admiration on the part of both opponents tonight, and you don't always see that as clearly as we had that here tonight.
Sometimes you got to understand, as 20-plus wins, a lot of teams don't get to the 20-plus win category. So there was a lot of respect on both sides, understanding Capital Christian and their legacy, as well as the well-coached Ken Manfredi team. As you heard from Chappelle, they were well-coached and well-prepared. And sometimes you have to focus on that, even if they don't have key players or star-name players like they do on the Capital Christian side.
Well, individually speaking, the star players came through for Capital. 19 points for Zach Chappelle, their all-time leading scorer. 17 more for Rick Barros, and also getting into double figures, Kareem Clark with 10, and not far off Filer with 9. Micah hitting 3 threes for his 9. For Franklin, 15 points for all Delta League guard Leland Estacio. 14 for his backcourt mate Raymond Sim, and 10 points for all-leaguer Keelan Valdry. That is the way it shakes out this evening here at Capital Christian High School in this boys Division I quarterfinal round ball game. A doozy it was, as Capital Christian emerges with a 60-59 victory over visiting Franklin High School. Access Sacramento and the Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew wish to express their deep appreciation to the Capital Christian High School administration, particularly to Athletic Director Suzanne Baker, for their cooperation and assistance with the broadcast arrangements for this television production. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week is a special sports presentation of Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. For Lauren Goodman, Rick Stewart, Game Director Ronisia Harris, and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, I'm Will James. We thank you for tuning in and encourage you to join us for our next telecast coming up on Wednesday, the 28th of February, for, at this point, still a mystery matchup in the semifinal round of the CIF Sac-Joaquin Section Les Schwab Tires basketball playoffs. From Capital Christian High School, I'm Will James, and we say so long, everyone.
This program from Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission.